okay? So the thing that we're going to be doing today, guys, we're going to try to understand the concept of elasticity. Elasticity is a concept that we use in economics to try to determine how consumers respond to a change in price. So that's everything that we're going to learn today in class. So let me begin this way, and I'm going to try to simplify it as much as I can. One more time, let me tell you this. I have been teaching this for 33 years. So to me, it makes a lot of sense and everything is easy. But for you, this is the first time that you're going to see this. So please let me know if I'm moving too fast and if I need to change something so I can slow down my lecture, okay? So this is the way, or this is the thing that we're going to learn. We're going to learn about elasticity. Okay, let's see if it appears on your screen. I don't see it. Did something appear on your screen? Are you there, guys?
I see the. I can see the screen, but I don't see anything that you've drawn on it.
Okay. Let me try it again. I'm gonna stop sharing. Let's see if that works. Okay, so now stop sharing. Okay, so now what happened is that for some reason the system dropped me off the situation, okay? So let me manage the participants. Gallery view, okay. This need to take place. So hold on for a second, because there's no way I'll be able to explain it without my iPad. I don't want to use the PowerPoint slides because, okay, I'm going to come down. Hold on for a second. I'm gonna disappear for a second, guys, okay? Okay, we're trying to find the elasticities of these three situations. Let's go with situation number one. What is the change? 25.
25.
Divided by the average. How much is the average?
87.5.
87.5. Divided by the change, which is what?
2.
2 divided by
3.
3. So 25 divided by 87.5 equals to
0.29.
0.29, and 2 divided by 3 equals to 2 divided by 3 is what? 0.66? Somebody help me.
0.66 repeating, so 0.67.
Yeah, 0.66. Let's go with 0.667. 0.29 divided by 0.667 is equals to
0.43.
0.43. What type of elasticity is this?
Inelastic.
It's inelastic. People did not respond. The change was less than 1. People did not respond. Look, how much money were you making before the sale? 2 times 100 equals to $200. You were making $200. Then you increase the price to $3, and people are buying less. But now you're making what? I'm sorry, you increase the price to 4, right? You increase the price to 4, and now you only selling 75. Look what happened to your sales. You gain $100. Now you're making more money. Why are you making more money? Why are you making $100 more?
Because they didn't budge much, or they were inelastic.
Exactly, because people did not respond to the increase in price. Why they did not respond? I don't know. Probably they needed the gas. You know, probably they are wealthy, probably they are rich. I don't know. They don't care about the price. See, the price went up 100%, and sales only decreased by 25%. On the average of the midpoint is 0.43, so people did not respond. Now look at store number 2. Okay, so this is store number 1. Look at store number 2. The change is 25 divided by the average. What is that? 3750? 50 was, yeah. 3750, that's 25 plus 50, 75 divided by 2. Divided by, well, we already know, what is it? 2 divided by 3. 25 divided by 37.5 equals to
0.67.
0.67. And the other one is what? 0.66.
7.
Yeah, 0.672, right? Which is equal to what?
1.
To 1. So what type of elasticity is this?
Unit elasticity.
Unit elastic. People responded by the same amount. And you can see that very clearly. Look, how much were the company making before? 2 times 50. They were making $100. The company say, oh, I want to make a lot of money. I want to make a lot of money. I want to increase my price. Okay. You increase the price to 4. Well, now you're only selling 25 units. So now you're still making $100. Why did your revenue did not change? Because the response in the demand was equal to the change in the price, in percentage. So you're making absolutely no money. Now, so on this one is inelastic. You told me that, right? Because it's less than 1. And this one is what?
Unit.
Unit elastic. Now let's do number 3. Number 3 will be what? 5 divided by, that's 35 divided by 2. How much is that?
17.5.
17.5 divided by 2 divided by 3, which is equals to, here's 0.67. And 5 divided by 17.5 is?
0.29. It's the same as example number 1.
Okay, so this in this case is also what? Inelastic.
Mm-hmm.
The case is inelastic. Now, how about if I change the numbers? Let's see. Go with number 3. Let's change the numbers. It was 2. You lower the price to 4, and sales decline to 19. Okay. So we do the change. 1 divided by the average. How much is the average? 19.5. Is that right? Divided by 2 divided by 4, which is equals to 0.66 here. And 1 divided by 19.5 is how much?
0.05.
0.05. And 0.05 divided by 0.66 equals to
0.08.
0.08. It's still what? Is it elastic or inelastic?
Inelastic.
Inelastic. How much money were you making before? The change.
80.
2 times 20 equals to 40.
40.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And now you're making 4 times 19 equals to
76.
76. So we are doing something wrong here, guys. We're doing something wrong in the calculations. Because if we are making more money, that means that, oh yeah, no, that's right. If we're making more money, that people did not respond. So yeah, it's inelastic. It's inelastic. Well, how about if this number becomes 5? If that number becomes 5, then it will be 15 divided by 25 divided by 2 is 12.5, right? 1250. 50 divided by 1250 is equals to 1 point what?
1.2.
1.2, and 1.2 divided by 0.66 equals to
1.8.
1.8, which simply means that it is what? Elastic or inelastic?
Elastic.
Elastic. Because people respond. Look how much they respond. See, before you were making 2 times 20, you were making $40, and now you increase your price to 5, and now you're only selling 5 units, your sales decrease by half because the response was very, very elastic. So now the question is, why is this important for me to know? Well, think about this. This is important for you to know because if you have a product, you know that people are going to respond to changes in prices. You know that if you increase the price, people are going to buy less. But if you lower the price, people are going to buy more. No, but now the question is by how much more they're going to respond. So then if we know what type of product we have and the elasticity of the product, then that will determine what we need to do. For example, think about this. I'm selling this product. And I know that the elasticity is elastic. What does that mean? If I tell you this product has an elastic elasticity, it means that people are going to respond.
They're going to respond.
Okay, so if I lower my price, if I increase my price, what's going to happen to my revenue? If it's elastic,
significantly, or I guess relatively diminish.
Okay, so your profits are going to decrease. Why are they going to decrease? Because you know that people are going to respond. So then if you have a product that is elastic, what will be the best strategy? Increase or decrease the price? People respond. You want to make more money. Will you increase or decrease the price?
Decrease.
You decrease the price because you decrease the price by 20% or whatever you want, and you know that sales are going to increase by a higher number. So you're going to make money. So you lower the price and you sell more and you're going to make more money. Now, how about if this product has an elasticity of 1? What does that mean? What does that mean, guys?
Unit elastic?
Exactly. So what is the meaning of that?
It will change proportionally based on the price change.
100% correct, Chan. It will respond proportionally to the change. So if I increase the price by 10, sales are going to decrease by 10. If I lower the price by 10, sales are going to go up by 10. So what's going to happen to my revenues? They're always going to stay the same. So then it will be stupid of me to change the price. I know that that's not going to affect my revenue. But now, how about if this product is inelastic? What does that mean? That is inelastic. Inelastic means that people are not going to respond to the changes. So what would you do? Lower or increase the price?
Increase the price.
Increase the price. Because people are
demand
not
will
going to respond.
Yep.
And you're going to be able to make more money. So that's what elasticity is. So as a business owners that you're going to be, or business managers, you need to know the elasticity of your product, because the elasticity of your product is going to determine the marketing strategy or the pricing strategy that you're going to be able to use. So a typical product has a normal demand curve, right? However, the elasticity tends to change over the range of the line. In other words, somewhere right here, let's say from all the way to point A right here, the line is elastic, and from this point down, the line becomes inelastic, which simply means this. At high prices, people tend to respond to changes in your prices. In other words, if the item is expensive and you lower the prices, people are going to respond. With at low prices, changes in prices, people don't respond. See, at low prices, this is price. At low prices, people don't respond to changes. Let me explain this. How much is the cost of a pack of bubble gum? Spearmint gum, 25 cents. Okay, 25 cents. Let's say you are buying this amount of gums. I don't know, you're buying, let's say, 10 packages during the year, a typical year. Now, What will happen if Walmart decide to have a substantial decrease in the price of bubble gum by 50%? Now they're going to sell the gum for 12.5 cents. How many of you are going to run to Walmart to buy more gum? Why not? Why not? Think about it, guys, it's a 50% discount. Why not?
Realistically, the impact is not important.
Yeah, because the impact of that is not going to affect my life in any way. Probably it's going to cost me more to respond to this. In other words, it's going to cost me more to put gas in my car to go to Walmart to save 12 cents, right? And I'm going to spend $2 in gas. So I'm not going to respond. But now think about this. How about if Apple computers today announce a real, this is not a fantasy, this is not a marketing strategy, this is a real discount on the price of Apple computers by 50%. They say today only from 3 to 5, all Apple computers are going to be at 50%. Guess what will happen? People will run to the store and they're going to clean the store because people are going to respond because we're talking about a product that is desirable and has a high price. So when you give me a 50% discount, it's a very substantial benefit to me. So again, look at this graph right here. Let's assume that this is the price. This is your product. You're selling the price at 10%. If you want to make more money, what will you do? Will you increase or decrease the price?
Decrease the price.
Okay, sir, we are now at 8. Am I making more money? Yes, why? Why, Mika?
Because the unit is still elastic.
You're still in the elastic. I lower the price to 7. Then I lower the price to 6. What happened to my revenue when I lower our price to 6? See, that's the unit elastic. When I hit that point, my revenue stays the same. Well, what will happen if I lower the price below 5, from before 6, let's say to 5? Am I making more money or losing money? Now think about this. Here you told me I'm making more money, I'm making more money, I'm making more money. How about when I went to 5? Do I make more money? No, because I am in the what? Inelastic portion. So then, if you have a product that is inelastic, what will you do? Increase or decrease the price? You have a product right here.
To balance it.
You will increase the price. Up to where? Until it becomes inelastic. See, because at that point, then by increasing the, until it becomes elastic, because once you reach that point, people are going to respond and you're going to lose money. Alexandra, is it making sense to you? Kind of? I don't hear you, girl.
Yeah, mostly.
Mostly. Okay. All you have to know is this. Are you a business major, Alexandra?
No.
You are a history major?
Liberal arts.
I didn't hear you.
Liberal arts.
A liberal art. Okay. This is all we are trying to explain to you. That consumers respond to changes in prices. Consumers respond. And that response is called elasticity, right? So how people respond is valuable for us to know. Because if people have a big response, then if you lower the price, you're going to sell a lot of them, right? But if the elasticity is inelastic, that means that people are not going to respond. So we have different types of elasticity. Elastic inelastic, and unit elastic. Elastic means that people are going to respond. So the change in the quantity demanded is going to be greater than the change in price. So it has a numerical value greater than 1. If it's inelastic, they are not going to respond. So it's less than 1. And unit elastic means that the response is going to be exactly 1. Okay. So this is the 3 types of elasticities. Now there's actually 7 types of elasticities, but we have already only covered 3 today. Okay, that's the 3 types of elasticities. Okay, so the other special types of elasticity is perfectly inelastic and perfectly elastic. The other situations of elasticity, perfectly inelastic and perfectly elastic. Okay, let me give you an example of a product that has a perfectly inelastic demand. Boom, the demand curve looks like this. If you charge $5, you're going to sell 100 units. You increase the price to 10, you're still going to sell 100 units. You increase the price to $1 million, you're still going to sell 100 units, which means that this is perfectly inelastic. People do not respond, period. They do not respond. So if you were a seller of this product, I mean, that will be a dream. That will be a dream because people are not going to respond. So you are smiling, Nathaniel. What will you do? Lower the price or increase the price?
Increase the price.
Yes, you increase the price. How high?
Whatever. It's not going to.
Yeah, until people begin to respond.
Yeah.
Now, but we know that in this range, they're not responding. Now, in real life, guys, we don't have a product like this. But we have products that they are very close to this. Medical procedures. Medical procedures. What is the cost of an open heart surgery, including hospital and anybody has an idea? I can tell you. The average cost of an open heart procedure in the United States is $800,000. What options do you have? Pay $800 or die. Right? So it doesn't really matter how high it is, people are going to pay. Now, how about if, I don't know, let's say Memorial Hospital here in town decide to have a special. And the special is this week, and this week alone, open heart surgeries, $999. How many of you are going to run to the hospital and say, let me have one? Did you say $19.99? Here, let me have 2. You know, in other words, it doesn't really matter. Even if they give it to you for free, you're not going to buy it. So then consumers of these products, they buy these products because they have no choice. Perfectly inelastic. So what will be the numerical value of this elasticity? Remember, how do you measure elasticity? Percentage change in quantity demanded divided by the percentage change in price. So what will be the numerical value? By how much the quantity demanded is going to change? By 0. Divided by something is going to be 0. So then perfectly inelastic has a numerical value that is what? 0. Right? There's no response. Perfectly inelastic. And then we have the other extreme that is perfectly elastic. Perfectly elastic, the demand curve, perfectly elastic, the demand curve looks something like this. You sell the product for $5, I'll buy you all the units that you produce. Everything you produce, I'll buy. Everything you produce, I'll buy. But if you want to sell it to me $1 more than that, I will not buy you a single unit. If you want to sell it to me lower than 5, I'll buy it because it's lower than what is the maximum I'm willing to pay. Right? In real life, we don't have a product like this. We have some products very close to this. Vegetables. Consumers buy all the vegetables produced in the nation as long as you sell them the vegetables at a price they like. But if you try to sell them at a price higher than what they're willing to pay, the vegetables will go bad on the store. I mean, have you ever seen, for example, fruits at a restaurant, at a grocery store? Why the fruits never go bad? Because when they begin to rip or become a little bit more mature, the grocery stores always what? Begin to lower the price and have the sales to be able to clean all that. So consumers buy everything as long as you sell them at a price lower than that. So what will be the numerical value of this type of elasticity? It cannot be defined. We know it's there, but it cannot be defined. So elastic greater than 1, inelastic less than 1, unit elastic equals to 1, perfectly inelastic equals to 0, and perfectly elastic is undefined. We do not know. It's there, but we cannot define it. Right. So again, we're just trying to teach you, the issue of elasticity. Guys, let's have a 10-minute break and then we'll come back. Okay? So I'm going to stop right here and we'll have a 10-minute break. Let's be back at 2:40. And we are recording again. Share the screen, PowerPoints. Okay, we'll have a review at this point about the things that we have been learning, okay? So we're trying to remember what elasticity is, right? And elasticity is how much the quantity demanded changes in response to a change in price. Specifically, we're gonna try to understand in this chapter how elasticity, affects, hold on for a second. Okay, there it is, okay. So specifically how people respond to the changes in prices. So I already told you that according to the law of demand, Jessica, somebody is at the door. I think it's the people just supervise the job they're doing. I apologize, guys. I apologize. What happened? We have a company that came to put those little things with the termites around the house. And when they install the traps, they install them about 2 inches above ground. So there was no way you would be able to mold the yard if those things were above ground. So I complained and they sent another team to be able to, they had to retake all of them and put them deep into the ground because they're supposed to be flat to the ground. So that's what they're doing. Okay, so I apologize. I'm just looking through my window right here. Okay, so we're trying to understand elasticity. So we already know that according to the law of demand, when the price changes, people respond. It is very critical for us to know exactly about how much people are going to respond. And that response is called elasticity. Elasticity is the percentage change in the quantity demanded divided by the percent change in price. And we already went over the formula. It's equal to the change in quantity demanded divided by the change in price. For example, a 10% increase in quantity demanded in response to a 25% decrease in price yields an elasticity of 0.5, which simply means people do not respond. So this is an inelastic elasticity. And again, we use the average method of computation, because we look at the change and then divide it by the average of both numbers, okay? So, and we do the same thing with price, and we'll be able to find the elasticity. So if the change in quantity is 0.66 and the change in price is 0.11, as you can see on this case, the elasticity is 5.65, which simply means it was a very high response, very high elasticity, okay? So because a 1% change in the price brings a 6%, almost a 6% change in the quantity demanded, okay? So there are different types of elasticities, right? If the change is greater than 1, then it's elastic. If it's less than 1, it's inelastic. And if it's equals to 1, it's unelastic. Then I told you there are 2 types of special elasticity. The perfectly inelastic or completely inelastic, and completely elastic or perfectly elastic. This one, on completely inelastic, people do not respond to changes in prices. So this is the dream of a seller, to have a product in which people do not respond to the changes, right? So here, the producer is in control. In the perfectly elastic, is the consumer that is in control, because I will only buy the product if you sell it to me at a price that I like, okay? Now, different products have different elasticities. Look at this. Look at coffee and cigarettes. The elasticity of coffee is 0.3. What does that mean? The elasticity of coffee is 0.3. What does that mean?
Not very responsive.
Yes, it means that for every 1% change in price, people are only going to respond by 0.3% of that. Why is that the case? Well, because coffee is more addictive than cigarettes. How do I know? I know that. Well, look at the inelasticity. Now look at electricity at the house. 1.1, almost perfectly inelastic. Why is that the case? Because you have no choice. If they increase the price, you still have to buy electricity. You know, you have no other options. So you just lower the elasticity, the demand by a very small amount. So then if a product is something that we need, or if it's a product that is absolutely necessary or is essential, people don't respond to those changes in prices. On the other hand, look at airline travel. Airline travel, on the long run, people can plan, you know, and people are going to respond, right? Look at restaurant meals. See, look at restaurant meals. It means that for every 10% increase in prices, you're going to lose 23% of your sales. See, this is the ratios. Look at new cars. If you increase the price by 10%, your sales are going to decrease by 12%. So then what it's telling you is that different products have different elasticities versus a basis or depends if there's a substitute for those products. If a product has no substitute, then the elasticity, you know, is going to be inelastic. So necessity or luxury. If it's necessity, what type of elasticity is that going to be? Elastic or inelastic?
Inelastic.
Exactly. If it's a luxury,
Inelastic.
they're elastic. Okay? The availability of substitutes also will impact the elasticity. The amount of time you have to respond will affect the elasticity. Okay? So again, there's a relationship between how people respond and what happened to your revenue. If demand is inelastic, what will you do? Lower or increase the price? You will increase the price because people are not going to respond. If demand is elastic, what do? You lower the price because people are going to respond and they're going to buy more. Now, if it's unit elastic, a price change is not going to change your total revenue. Okay? So should you sell cigarettes? If you sell cigarettes, should you put them on sale? And the answer is no. Why? Because cigarettes are inelastic. And if you lower the price, people are not going to buy more. So you're going to lose some of your revenue. Now, again, I already told you that on a typical demand curve, we have a portion of a line that is elastic. Then we have a portion that is inelastic. Okay? We discussed that. Now, something else that you need to understand is that we also have other special types of elasticity. One of them is called cross-price elasticity, which simply means that in some cases, the change in the price of one item can have an impact in the price of another product on the elasticity of another product. Okay, look, let me explain this using my iPad. Okay, this is the demand for two products. This is price of burgers, $3.99, and let's say people are buying 20 burgers, and here a price of pizza at a price of 10, people are buying, let's say, 40 pizzas. This is weekly consumption of few families, okay? So this is what happened. Look, if the price of burgers decreases, to $1.99, what do we expect is going to happen in the burger market? If the price of an item decreases, quantity demand is going to increase, right? That's the law of demand. As the price comes down, quantity demand goes up. But as a result of a change in the price of burgers, what do you think is going to happen on the pizza market? It's possible that people are going to buy now less pizzas because it's better for them to buy burgers. So we can find the elasticity of burgers. What will be the formula? Percentage change in the quantity demanded divided by the percentage change in price. So here we'll find the change in the burgers, which will be 20 right here, divided by the average, which will be 30, divided by the average on the price, the change, which was what, $2? From $3.99 to $1.99, and the average will be what, 4, 5, I don't know what it is. And we'll find the elasticity of the burgers. With the cross elasticity is how another product was affected by the change in the price of another product. So what will be the formula of the cross elasticity? What will be the formula for the cross elasticity? Is the change, percentage change in demand of the second product divided by the percentage change in price of the first product. In other words, we will find by how much the demand for pizza was affected as a result of a change in the price of another product. See, cross elasticity measures how one product is affected by the change of another product. Think about, for example, pickup trucks and sports cars. Pickup trucks and sports cars. If the price of sports cars go up like crazy, it's possible that the demand for pickup trucks is going to increase. So then we measure the change in the demand for pickup trucks as a result of a change in the price of sports cars. That's cross elasticity. Then we also have income elasticity. Income elasticity is how the demand of a product changes as a result of a change in income. Look, let me use this example. Let's assume that this is you. You are a college student, you have limited budget, you are not working full time. So as a result of this, going out to eat steak at a price of $20, you only do it probably twice during the whole semester, right? And the reason is because your income is only $8,000 a year. Now you graduate from college and now you find a real job and now you're making $52,000 a year. What's going to happen to your demand for steak? Your demand for steak is going to increase because now you can afford it. So then we can find the income elasticity of steak. What will be the formula? The income elasticity will be what? Percentage change in, remember, elasticity always measures the change in demand. So it'll be percentage change in demand.
Quantity demanded divided by the percentage change.
Yeah, but the percentage change in income, right? So in this case, it will be, what is the change in demand? 4. What is the average? 4. What is the change in income? 44. Is that right? 44,000 divided by the average by 30,000. So it will be equals to 1. 44 divided by 30 will be like 1.3 something, I don't know. So the elasticity is going to be less than 1, which simply means that the cross elasticity of stake related to income is inelastic, or people do not respond to that big change in income. See, in other words, as a business owner, you need to know how people are going to respond, not only to the change in price, but you also need to respond how people are going to respond to the demand for your product if the economy is doing good or if the economy is doing bad. Think about this.
So would it be fair to say that the stimulus check money isn't going to affect consumer spending possibly as much because it will be inelastic?
Well, at this point, I will say that the people are not responding to the changes in prices. Yeah, so yeah, it's inelastic, and the stimulus check is not being spent. It's actually being used to pay what? Debt or to save, because people are afraid. And that's why, as we speak today, the president already said he was going to say no. I had not followed the news, but an hour ago when I was watching the news during my break, you know, they're still debating this new stimulus package. The Congress already passed it. The Senate said they are not going to pass it. And now in this stimulus package, we want to give individuals more money directly to individuals. Before, the money was to companies so they can continue paying the salaries. Today, we want to give $1,200 for every individual and up to $1,200 for every child, up to 3 children. See, on the last package was only $500 per child. But now it's going to be $1,200 per child, up to $6,000. So if a family has more than 3 children, every family, if they make less than $150,000 a year combined, they will receive the $6,000 check, right? And the reason is because people are not responding to that. So yes, sir, you're absolutely right on that. And that's what elasticity does. Okay, so let me see if we are missing something else. So cross-price elasticity is how the demand for one product is affected by the change in the price of another product. Okay, and again, then we have also income elasticity. And income elasticity is how income increases, you know, affects the demand for certain products. Okay, so the income elasticity of demand is equal to the change in the quantity demanded divided by the change in income, which we already did. If your income rises by 10% and you go and buy more movies by 20%, then it will be 20 divided by 10. So then movie demand has an income elasticity of 2, which simply means that for every 1% change in your income, movie attendance increase by 2%. And that's the end of the chapter. And the chapter is going to talk about how producers respond. How producers respond. Hold on for a second. I'm trying to. Okay. How producers respond to prices. See, consumers respond to prices. But another question is, how do producers respond to prices? When the price goes up, producers produce more. How much more? We just measure that, and that's elasticity. Okay, any questions? Okay, if you go to YouTube and you put elasticity, there's a couple of videos there that if you want to review that, one of them is I think it's the Khan Institute, or hold on, I'll tell you. I'm going to
Khan Academy.
Yes, the Khan Academy. Who say that? Okay, I think there's a 13-minute video right there, sir. When you put elasticities, it appears like number 3, right? Give me the name of the academy again. What's it called?
Khan
Yeah.
Academy.
Khan Academy. It's a 13-minute video that explains everything that we did today if you want to review it. Okay? Besides that, guys, I think we are okay. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I am going to send you the link to the lectures in case you want to see the lectures. I don't think you need to, but in case you want to see it, I'm going to send you the link. The exam is going to be live on Monday at 1:25, 1:20. I will send you an email and say your exam is now live. You can download it. And then once you download it, take an hour and a half to 3 o'clock. And then at that point, you upload the answers. Good. Love you guys. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Well, see you.